Hi guys, gonna have another go at one of the planes from this Create and Fly paper planes pack. These are the instructions for the 4 different gliders. We did the Hawker Hurricane yesterday. Sorry, Hurricane Hawker. They've obviously turned the name round for copyright reasons. And I struggled. I could not follow these instructions. I couldn't get from that picture to that picture. There's just no way. I think that's the wrong image. So, whatever. Couldn't do it. I ended up actually using the proper pre-printed piece of paper, and that more or less worked. So it did fly. The bit that more or less worked was the fact that the printing doesn't line up quite right. Anyway, so we did the Hurricane Hawker, and we did the Thunderstrom the day before. This one looks fairly straightforward. The Dart. One of the simplest planes to make, but one of the most effective flyers. So we'll do that. Fold it in half. I think this is probably the typical schoolboy paper plane. I seem to remember putting extra folds in them to make them extra pointy. In fact, I probably wouldn't bother doing it because it's one of the original basics, other than the fact it's in the list. Okay, done that. Then we fold that again. And we fold that again. Fold the plane in half. Yeah, I'm just looking at that picture. That picture is not correct. Whoever did the pictures was not somebody who actually made the planes. Fold it that way. Folds easier that way. And then fold it down again. One thing I was always taught to do when I made this particular sort of dart was you had to fold the nose over so you didn't have a point, because otherwise it will go in somebody's eye. So that might be something worth thinking about, folding that over. But we'll do it like this for now, because that's the way it tells us to do it in the instructions. So there we are, the good old-fashioned standard dart-shaped glider. I'll just throw it. Yeah, okay. We'll see whether it actually flies. The other thing about folding the nose back was it actually increases the effect of the nose weight. So I still might do that in a minute. The other thing I used to do was put an extra fold in it so it was even smaller wings. So it would fly really fast, very accurately, but not very aerodynamically, just a dart. Well, that was okay. I'm going to fold the nose over. Just for variation, this is version 3. Now it might look different, but it's just where I've put the fold along the bottom for the fuselage. So it's much pointier at the front and a much bigger, well, we could call it a rudder almost, hanging down at the back. So we'll give that a try. So that's version 3. Based on the same design, just where we put the final folds. And I've left the nose pointy, and as you can see I've already bent it. Well, summary time. We've got 3 versions now. First one, I followed the instructions and kept the folds on the outside, although it didn't really tell you which way the fold should go there. I also folded the nose in after the first couple of flights, and I wasn't very happy with that. Following the instructions, it doesn't tell you where to make this fold for the fuselage. Second one, I folded it, had the folds on the top, and I would probably be biased if I said it flew any better. I think it did, but maybe not. I folded the nose over and folded it back and then folded it again. Third attempt, same basic design again. So just fold, so it was corner in and then fold that way, so we got that. The difference here is when we fold it over and fold the wing, I left it, what's that, about ½ inch at the front there, height, and then at the back, where's my ruler? Yeah, at the back it's 50 millimeters, 5 centimeters, 2 inches at the back. And I said about, well, that's about 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters, roughly ½ an inch at the front. And there we got all this sticking down at the back, acting as a rudder, I would call it. And that does seem to make it a much stable flyer. Much more stable flyer. So that was the wing fold I did. About ½ an inch at the front and about 2 inches at the back. So it's actually a smaller wing area wise, but that seemed to be much more stable in the air. I left the nose on there, which you can see has got bent quite a bit where it's been landing. But I was saying you really ought to bend that over, just in case you're flying with other people. You don't want to stick it in their eye. Although I expect a solid lump in the eye will hurt just as much. So, but that worked. 3 versions. And that was the Dart, which I think most people have built in their time. Thanks for watching. You'll find more information down in the video description. You might like to watch that video up there, and you might like to subscribe over there.